Good morning, John next door, of course. Now is another look at the one-day special that was launched last night at 6 p.m. But it was incredibly busy. So my words of advice, check out your baskets as soon as you can. And of course, before we go into details of that brand new, beautiful toys, let's say hello to John. Next sort of door, next door.
Next window.
Next window, next table around it. Now, how are you, John?
I'm really well, thank you. Yeah, really well.
It's great to see it because I have to say, I had a sneak peek, I remember a while back, and I was like, you were so excited, and so was I for this release. Can you tell us a little bit about the concept of it?
Well, what I wanted to do, last year I did the stencil alphabet, honestly, starting first thing in the morning. Come on, wake up, John. Last year I did the stencil sentiments.
Yes.
So we had all the sort of stencils that cut in to give you happy birthday, and then we did Christmas ones. And I thought it would be really useful to be able to have numbers and have letters. So I came up with the concept, first of all, of doing separate stencil letters and separate stencil numbers. So that's where it first came from. So it allows you to do any birthday, any year, any number, any word in the English language. And the reason I say English language is because there are no umlauts for German. Yeah. And there's not the little funny kick C for French. But again, you could get away with that.
For Spanish.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't have any of those. But what you've got in here is a full alphabet. But when I took it further than that, because I thought, well, if I just do the letters and they cut out, they're not going to do a great deal. Yeah. All they're going to do is one thing. So what I did was, I did the letters as separate circles. I then put them in the background die. I made the background die so that that is attractive. That's the background die. That's the waste from the letters on that card. So that's being used. So I made sure that every bit was usable. So if you've got the board, which is
yes, I'm going to show.
Feet, sorry.
No, that's all right. I'm very close to the floor myself always.
But you can see what you can do with it is you can get all of those letter tiles, and you've got a full alphabet plus a repeat of each vowel, plus an extra S, plus the punctuation. Yeah. You can cut them out to make tiles. You can cut them into the card so that you can actually cut and make them cut into the card. So you see they're the tiles. Yeah. Then you can cut them into the card. If we go down, you can actually see then you've got the background that they sit into, which is the white panel, which I've made decorative. Right. So that is just holding the dies. Yeah. That's almost a freebie. Yeah. Because that's just included. That has to be used to make the tiles. Yeah. Then you get all the single tiles which go on the back as the colours. Yeah, wow. And then we did the numbers.
And then the numbers are here.
And in the numbers what I did was gave you 1 to 9 in one panel. And then I gave you an extra 1, 2 zeros, an extra 2, because we use those for dates.
Yeah, absolutely.
11th, 22nd, you know, things like that. Yeah. I gave you then ND, ST, TH and RD, which are the ordinals. So you can do first, second, and then you had to have a star, didn't you?
I love that star.
Because I often say to people, as Paola knows, I finish emails with you're a star or messages.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, you've got 2 panels, mini versions of the background alphabet, which again will cut you all of the perfect backs for them, or drafts if you want to play that, or you can make your own Scrabble, or the games are available tiles.
It's absolutely...
But there's a lot included in just effectively what is 1 6-inch piece of metal and 2 3-inch pieces of metal. Absolutely.
I mean, and then the thing is that you can use it as a stencils.
You can. So this is Art Angel. She's used this as a stencil, and she's sprayed through and then coloured through. So you've almost got yourself any word you can think of now. Not only can you cut into card, cut out and do as tiles, but you can stencil through onto your art journals. This is onto fabric. You know, there's an apron behind you, which is just made entirely with the die itself and then the tiles. But you can do anything you want with it. You've got so much flexibility in one die set.
It is absolutely incredible. Now, if you want to go for the one-day special, you have got the details on the screen. You have a £5 saving. You're just paying £34.98 for that massive bundle. I mean, I think it is just the possibilities. Think about it, spelling any word in the English language, any date, any number, and that is absolutely phenomenal. 362194 is your item number. Now, remember that £5 saving because there is more. There is more, and that £5 saving is, you need to remember it, because next we have got another bundle that is also now here. Beautiful, brand new today. Now, this is the Firth Parks tags, periwinkle and mini twigs. I was thinking of calling Firth here.
Yes, no, this is named after Firth Park. A lot of the dies coming out this year, you know I name them after villages and towns. Well, what I've done this year is, as people know, I've recently moved back home to Sheffield.
Yes.
So I've used areas of Sheffield that I remember from my youth.
Okay.
I remember from our director's youth.
Okay.
Apparently this is where he used to go and buy his videos.
Right, I don't know what sort of videos.
But Firth Park is an area of Sheffield, and I just loved it. It's got a beautiful park in there. We used to sort of hang around there a lot when we were kids, so a lot of them have got that name, and I just thought it matched with the name of it, and I like them to have a meaning.
I love that. Now, of course, we do have, like we can show you, because it's not just those beautiful, flowers that we are getting, but they are stunning, these ones.
Thank you. This is the new periwinkle, and this is the most detailed. Yeah. This is probably the hardest die I've done of flowers. So in this A6, so it's going to cut 4 times into A4 card, you're going to get 10 flowers, 5 different sizes, 2 of each, plus 2 centre stamens in that. And then I've also included the twigs. So if you look at that spray there of flowers, that's made with 1 A6 piece of card.
Wow.
So if you think your card is like, let's say your card's 20p a sheet, that's cost 5p.
And all those
flowers have cost 5p in card. That's it.
That's gorgeous.
Then you've got your twigs.
Yeah, and of course the twigs,
And they're a mini version of some of the Christmas twigs I did. Because people said, we're making smaller cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm making smaller projects and cards these days.
And also sometimes, even if you're making big cards, and especially with your beautiful one-day special, those alphabets, you just want smaller flowers to kind of...
You want a little accent on it. You don't want it to be the main piece.
Yeah.
And the Firth Park tags were designed perfectly so that they will work, so that they will actually, you've got that beautiful main sort of plaque on the front. Yeah. But if you notice, the square on that is wonky.
Right.
So the square further down is a wonky square.
Yeah. Ooh.
But on the die, the die metal is completely straight.
Right.
So that you can put it in the right place, get it lined perfectly, but what cuts out will be wonky, because trying to get that lined up is a nightmare. And the tags were designed with the little circle pieces around them. And these were designed so that you could actually put the letters in the middle. And I'll be showing you in the first demo how they actually fit. And that way you can get a whole word across a strip.
I'm gonna try,
I think I've done it with one of the cards with Celebrate
Here,
on,
I think I have got here.
So you can get a whole word fitted on completely straight really easily.
That's gorgeous.
And you can get the birthday on that. And again, that's using the background from it.
Love.
But the other thing is, do you remember card candy?
Yes, I do indeed.
Yeah, I thought you were.
Yeah, absolutely.
The circles that are on this are the same size as card candy.
Oh.
So if you've got card candy, or you get the die we've got later on, which makes it, they will fit exactly on those circles.
And you could put just a foam pad in the center, so you have got exactly where to put it.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
Genius.
So it's all designed to work with what we've already got.
Absolutely genius. Right, if you want a Firth Park tags and periwinkle, the mini twigs, it's difficult anyway. You can have it at £34.97 is your price. You are saving £6, 651,790. However, I know what you want is the whole bundle, don't you? You want the one-day special with a £5 saving, and you want the Firth Park bundle with a £6 saving. Now, if you were going for that, you would have, of course, is it £11 saving? But if you go for the complete collection, which has got a different item number, you have got an additional £5 saving. So for non-Freedom members, that means that your saving is actually £16. However, if you are a Freedom member, you have got an additional saving. So in total saving as a Freedom member is £22.49. However, that also includes P&P, remember that. So you're not paying, you're saving that money as well. Now, which means I think if you add the cost of the PMP, it's actually a why not deal. So therefore, make sure to become a Freedom member if you want a complete collection. We are, though, however, 70% of the stock of that complete collection gone. If you want yours, you know what to do. Check out your baskets. 229941 is your item number. And of course, together, you can see, I love this collection because you are giving us the masculine feel to it,
yes,
but also the, you know, have a more feminine look.
You can make this masculine, feminine, you can make it kiddie.
Oh, yes.
You know, that's a 21st, but that could be a first birthday
I thought it was a
card.
first one.
Yeah, you can go very, very glamorous with it. So you can go for an older, you can go for a, like this with a baby boy. It covers every age group and it covers male and female. I'm often asked for what to do about men's cards.
Absolutely.
And my option is always change the colours. Don't buy specific men's things, just change the colours. But this works perfectly. And again, that's not using anything at all. Hardly any of these samples are using anything that's actually not in the pack.
I love this.
This was scrap left on my desk.
I love it because it's just so elegant. It's just scraps. And this is the thing. If you have good dies, even the scraps are amazing.
Yeah, they work. That is made, apart from adding the frames, that's everything in the collection.
Wow.
That background is the actual, technically, the waste piece from cutting your letters.
Yeah.
Again, here,
This,
putting them back into place. But if you see from what the Angels have done an amazing job.
Oh, yeah.
But what they've actually done is, I'm seeing cards and projects here from birth all the way through. You know, for male, female kids, you can go for absolutely anyone
and
on
teenagers as well.
Yes.
Teenagers being something that is also difficult to make cards. But look at those beautiful flowers. The other thing I was looking through when I was flicking through the cards is the variety of different looks with the same flower.
Yeah. You can get a lot of different looks depending on how you fold it. I mean, I haven't actually spent any time moulding these. It's just literally folded. But cutting in ombre paper there gives you a different colour.
And
the
this
next one, shading through the die.
I mean, look at the difference. That's the same die.
It gives you exactly a different look. And if you pick up the one in front of you, scrunched up with the, that one, that's the same flower die as well.
I was kind of trying to...
So you've got that. Every time it comes out a little bit different.
And this one as well. Look at that. That's just so... I mean, I have to say, the whole collection is one of those collections that every single die is incredible. It's useful, it's pretty, it's kind of versatile. It gives you, I mean, look at this. I mean, you can use them, the alphabet, as a stencil for home decor.
Yeah, you can. And again, this one, these are really interesting. These were both Art Angel. The letters have been sized so that you can cut them to 20mm to fit in 20mm cabochons.
Ooh.
Each tile, when cut out, is actually 22 mils, which, off the top of my head, I should know that in inches, and I don't.
It's 20...
I think it's 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah, because 2.5 centimetres is an inch. So,
yeah, so I think it's basically, I think it's 3/4 of an inch. But what you can actually do is the letters will fit within the 20cm cabochons. So you can use them for cufflinks, for chains, for necklaces.
Oh, like a lovely kind of pendant.
Yeah, you can use them for anything that you've got, and you can buy standard products that fit it. You don't have to do special ones. You don't have to make your own epoxy resin ones.
Yeah, incredible. If you want yours, well, I would jump to the website because it's thecraftstore.com. That would be the quickest and easiest way to order because we are so busy that we have got queues on the phones. If you want a complete collection, remember that as a non-Freedom member, you have got, in actual fact, a £16 saving. If you are a Freedom member, it's £22.49 saving. 229941 is your item number for the complete collection. And of course, we aim to deliver more inspiration. So here there's a little video of it. the things that you find out during those little videos. It's basically a beautiful dice and a beautiful samples. Right, and now we are going to go to demo, of course. John, take it away.
So what I wanted to do first, and I know I did this at 6 o'clock, but if you missed it, I think it's really important, is alphabet dies are really great, and everyone thinks they're fab, and then you don't use them because you find placing the letters, cutting them out, getting things even is an absolute nightmare. Now, I'm very lucky. I have a second set.
Right.
I only have a second set because the first set came through wrong.
Oh.
I missed a letter.
Right.
I can't remember which one it was, but if anyone who knows me and knows my spelling and my semi-dyslexia, that's not surprising. So it had to be reworked. So I've got one that's not got everything in it. But what I did first was, this is a trick I've used on a lot of my technique shows, where you put down power tape and you tape your dies to a piece of card.
Right.
And that's exactly what I've done here. So what I would do is run that through my die machine 2 or 3 times to give me a start. And then what you do is you take off the background die.
Yeah.
So then you could cut those out of card just plain.
And then you could do a background, which is all the whole
You could do a background
alphabet.
of the alphabet, yeah. Then you cut that one on its own, and that will give you all the circles to go behind, yeah?
Perfect.
So what I did at first was this. I made myself a little tub.
Oh.
Now, these are literally available from those, you know, the homey bargainy type places.
Yes, absolutely.
Not expensive. So I've got A, B, C, and any spares I've got. So I made myself a collection. So if you wanted to do personalisation of your cards, have this ready. If, when they open again, you want to be able to personalise cards at a show, you can do it. So I'll go with P-A, this will check my spelling, P-A-U.
You, yeah. Well, if you are going towards a Paul or a Paula, that's how you would say.
P-A-U-L, so J-K-L, A. And of course, because I've included 2 A's in every set, 2 E's, 2 I's, 2 O's, 2 U. So there's Paula, done straight away, okay? So I could do that, and I filled it up, but I thought, well, that's got me started, so we'll take Paula out, because we'll do you something. Okay, and I did exactly the same with the numbers. So I did the same with the numbers and the same with the ordinals. So how old are we going to be, Paula, do you reckon?
42.
42.
Yeah.
Isn't that the answer to Life, the Universe and Everything?
Oh, sorry?
Sorry, in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe and everything was 42.
Oh, well, then that's yeah.
So there we've got 42. Oh, we want 42nd, wouldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
It would be Paula's 42nd.
Yeah.
So what we do is we grab then an ND.
I'm gonna be old.
Because we've got the ordinals as well.
Yeah.
And what I also do is I leave any spares in these trays, little bags of mixed colours. So blacks and whites.
The star, can I have the star?
So I'm ready. You can have a star.
I just think it's such a, it looks so nice, and the circle.
Yeah.
It's just
Sam actually told me off because he said I should have done a heart.
Oh.
But I use star more.
Yeah, I think a star, it's, with this collection, I think it's more versatile because it is there's that feel of teenagers, for instance, or men, and then, of course, the star will be better for that.
The first card I made for the packaging of the numbers was teenager card, was the one you've got in your hands now.
How
So that's actually made for the packaging.
Oh, I love that.
But again, because I've never been able to make a teenager card, because we always try and go for their interests and hobbies and sports, and sometimes, to be honest, a teenager, if you put something with the wrong character on, they go, that's lame.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you might as well just go with the basic. Whatever we do will be wrong for a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
So that was the simple way to do it, but I thought, well, what happens when you want specific words?
Yeah, right.
So let's go with, now I've got a feeling I get this one wrong every time, so I'm going to go with birthday.
I have a question. You know, the larger die, you know, will it go through a 6-inch die cutting machine?
It will.
Oh, fabulous.
I checked this last night. It is just shorter than 6 inches.
Okay, fine.
So it will, you do not need an A4 machine.
Brilliant.
If you have an A4 machine, obviously it means you can get bigger backgrounds because this doesn't cut out at the edge, but you can use every die in this set in an A5 machine. So what I did was the numbers, I put those in 2 of these. And what I thought was, well, if I want to do, can you imagine, you've got to stick this die down, and then you've got to start putting your letters in and get them right and stick each one. Oh, life's too short. So what you do is get a piece of magnetic sheet.
Right.
I've got a piece of, this is the Crafts 2 self-adhesive ones, stuck down to a piece of foam core.
Right.
So I put my card on, and I put my die on, and it holds it in place.
Genius!
So what I can then do is grab my...
Oh, I love working with you, John.
I can grab my alphabet and go B, I, and just flick them in. B, I, R. Now, come on, I put these in back in order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R.
R.
You see, this is how bad I am. So B, I, R, T.
I see where you're going. Yeah.
D.
Oh, that's so
A.
cool.
Y, or I could do something like, I could do like a name like Charlotte or something.
Yeah.
W, E, B, S, T, E, R, or Webster.
How many letters is
For the
that?
famous dictionary.
Exactly, Merriam-Webster.
So there we go. That's how easy is that to put those in. And then all I have to do is, I don't even have to get them even. But if I do, so I'm going to get them even. So we're going to go like this. B, I, R, T, H. But can you imagine without having the magnet under them?
It's just genius. I have been die cutting for so long, and I never thought of doing it like that, to place them like this perfectly. That is just
so
such
there we've got birthday. So all you then do, bring your low-tack tape in.
Secure it in place.
And secure it in place, because
you
obviously you're not going to use the magnet. And then that comes off the magnetic board. Oops, my Y's moved because I didn't press it down.
But yes, it's just a minimal element in there, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I'll do. If that happens, don't worry.
You can
just
place
take them
again.
out.
Yeah.
Put them back in, so we go star,
There.
Y.
Yeah. So much easier with the magnetic tape.
It just positions things so much better. I'll show you another trick with it in a minute. So there, make sure they're all stuck down. So that is then ready to cut. So it just goes on. I'm using my Kaleido.
Yeah.
But again, any leading die cutting machine.
That will take wafer thin dies, A5 at least in
There
width.
we go through. So then, when I peel that out, there I've got all the letters, but look, they're even.
They are even.
So B, I, R, T, H, D's in there, D, A, Y, and a star. Really simply done. And if I wanted to cut that again, I could, but what I can also do is take a piece of contrasting card.
Yeah.
And what I've done with this one, I've put it in the middle of a square 4x4.
Right.
The reason is I'm going to show you how we make this into a background.
Yeah, of course.
But what I do is peel out those, B-I-R.
Yeah.
So we'll go B-I-R.
Okay.
T-H-D.
Yeah.
A-Y star. And I can then cut that
And then
in, and then I've got a perfectly square 9x9 square with just the letters cut out.
So you are maximizing your time as well with these, like it's a multiple. Oh, look at that. And you have got the negative, the leftovers as well if you wanted to do paper
if you've got
piecing.
the patience, which genuinely I have not.
Yeah, me either. Yeah.
I'm not even going to pretend that I would have the patience for that. But there I've got birthdays a square. But again, you could do, like the old army sign used to be like that, didn't it, and things.
Yeah.
But again, let's put it on black. You can see there.
Yeah.
Be a little bit more careful when you're laying them out.
You are just showing the technique.
But what I would do then is, for these, I would simply cut out the die again. So I would take this off, put this on another piece of card. Clean it out first, John.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll just put that one on.
It does help to get a better impression.
Keep a piece. Since I just worked out this technique for this die set, keep a piece of magnetic sheet on your desk at all time.
Perfect.
It is so useful for placing dies ready to tape them together. So all we do is then just clean those off.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll should have got my vacuum out,
Okay.
shouldn't I?
Oh yes, your vacuum, which we have got in the show as well. I really love them. Because even the bristles at the bottom of it, it's just
The
that
bristles
bad.
work
are
so well to
good.
clean. My plates have never been so clean as when I vacuumed them.
It was amazing. The amazing amount of debris.
Yeah.
Debris.
But there I've got another background piece left. Yeah, perfect. Perfect circles to go on there. I won't do all of them.
Yeah.
But again, I would spray glue at home.
Yeah.
But I found the best way to glue these down if you're not a spray glue person is with the glue glaze.
Oh.
Because it's flat. Even if I use my fine glue applicator, it's going to give a piped line, isn't it?
Yes, of
because
course.
it's water-based, whereas this glue isn't.
Oh.
So it's completely flat, but look, it doesn't squidge through.
Yeah. That's good.
You get no squidge through. So I've now got the perfect tea.
If you want to go for the glue
Glued and
glaze
stuck.
details,
So if you want to recap a minute,
absolutely.
I'll clear down and show you another way to use it.
Thank you, John, so much for showing all that. While John resets, let's have another look. Now, remember that you have got the one-day special, you have got a second bundle, but you have the complete collection. And that means that is, of course, you are getting a bigger saving. Now, I also will say it, do check out your baskets. Why? Because 3/4 of the stock has gone. Now,
I think we gave you a larger stock of this than we've ever done of anything.
I think so. I think so. I have seen the numbers, and it is a massive amount of stock. But you know what? And bundle that kind of makes sense to go for it. As a crafter, you will know that there is always elements into it that you want to craft with. The flowers, the alphabet, those beautiful Firth Park dies in here. You want to have the foliage as well, the beautiful twigs in here. You want to have the gorgeous little words or letters that you can spell any words in the English language. You can't say party time. I mean, we all want party time, but layering those letters within rosettes. The fact that you can create, children's birthday parties, you can do for maybe the ground, maybe a little bit more. This reminds me of Charlotte, our producer's grandmother. She's a queen, her queen, they call her. And that's the sort of card that with a lot of regal natures. Miss you, this is was something I could send to my family.
Yes, exactly.
Those words.
There's so many words and sentiments that we would use that you wouldn't buy. I mean, the great thing is I get asked an awful lot, would you do a set for things like Eid, Ramadan, for Diwali, for Hanukkah?
Yeah, Hanukkah, yeah.
And again, it's very difficult to do those. I wouldn't personally want a stamp that I might use once or twice.
Yeah.
With the alphabet now, you can give any occasion at all in the world. Now, this is one of June Smith's, and there's a little box with this. This is a 4th birthday card puzzle game.
Oh, that's
So she's
clever.
given extra numbers. She's put ticks on the back for when it's correct.
Oh, I see.
And the idea is you send that to a 4-year-old, but they would have to do the sums.
Yeah.
So 1 + 2, and the answers are in the box.
That's so
And I
cool.
thought, what a fantastic idea, June. She's actually written down the instructions, so if anyone did want the instructions, June has done them for
It's
this.
amazing. And Leslie has made this one. Of course, the numbers means that you can do it like a beautiful clock in here as well. Oh, this one I like as well.
I thought that was so clever, using the background, but hugs and kisses.
Hugs and kisses, always. You wouldn't have a kind of die that says shop. You wouldn't, you know, like how many times. However, you want to be able to say here shop, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and of course there's a shopping list in here. Now, happy birthday, sister. Then you can have auntie. I mean, then you can have dad 50. Like, for instance, my dad is 70 in May. So that could be really specific. I wouldn't buy a die that says dad 70.
No, you wouldn't.
But you can create
You know,
it.
and I probably wouldn't have a die that says dad.
Yeah.
I would have a stencil one that says dad. Oh, no, they're not out yet. But I would want to be able to add to it. This is what I did for the packaging again of this die, because I just thought, Sweet 16, I think, is a beautiful sentiment and beautiful card, but you don't get many cards for it, and I wouldn't have anything in my stash that would suit a 16-year-old.
And then, of course, there is different ways of spelling, you know, like kind of mom. Exactly.
To me, it's a mom.
Yeah.
But I know my friend Marie, she has a mam.
Yeah, absolutely. Or in my case would be mama.
Mama.
You know. And then, oh, look at that.
That's just so richly dark, isn't it?
It is. I love that red.
Yeah, that's the craft artist satin
Ooh,
card.
I love that. And then, of course, you have the same words in a very different element. Right, if you want to have the complete collection, the brand new John XR complete collection, make sure to check out your baskets. Now, 3/4 of the stock has already gone. You haven't even mentioned, you have had a flexi basket option as well to spread the cost. Now, if you're a Freedom member, £29.23 is all you would be paying today, and then the same amount next month. You do not pay PNP. Now, if you are not a Freedom member, become a Freedom member. Why? Because, of course, that will mean that your cost of a Freedom membership for a month you will be saving more by becoming one and then purchasing the complete collection. You can see it there. The saving, because of course you have the Freedom saving, including postage, is £10.45. And not only that, then of course entitles you to free PNP for the duration of your Freedom membership. So not only you are saving money in this bundle, but you will be saving money in any other item that you buy here at the craft store during your Freedom membership, including maybe this item. And remember, if you open a FlexiBuy, then you can put other elements in that basket and flexi-buy those ones are here. Now, this bundle did sell out earlier and is back on extended. It's only dispatched tomorrow anyway, so it's not really that much, isn't it? Now, £13.98 gives you the small flowers, small leaves die. I have to say, I have a lot of time and need for smaller flowers.
I ignored, this was a suggestion of Jane's, a friend of both of ours, Jane Smith.
Yeah.
And she said that she found in the early days she always used to punch 2 or 3 little flower punches to fill in her cards. Why don't you do a die with smaller flowers? And I avoided it for a long time. This is the 3rd time we've had to restock these dies, and they keep selling out. They're just so useful. I mean, to me, I think, as somebody said last night, I think Catherine said, they look like they've been embroidered in silks.
Oh, yes, they do.
That. They've got such life in them. And again, how many times do we want to add just a little bit of sort of a little bit of accent, but we don't want to go over the top. I mean, Pat probably doesn't massively like flowers. She likes bright colours. But you just fill that little gap with a flower. Or this one, you can really fill the frame round.
Yeah.
But if you notice on this one as well, with the first part, she's actually done it. Jackie Trinder's cut it twice. Yeah. She's threaded ribbon through.
Oh, yeah. You can
so again,
see
there's
there.
Space for you to thread ribbon through as well. There's so much more you can do with these.
You can. And now the director just mentioned that, of course, you could not just sayings, but also favorite movies. So, for instance, if you know, so you could spell, like favorite movies that you like.
You
or
could
something
put
like
on the clapperboard that I bought with the camera on the show at 7.
Absolutely.
Which I was sat here before it went live, ordering them on the app. I could actually put my favourite movie.
Which one is it? Which one is it?
Well, I've just recently, there's 2 actually I've just watched and I love, but my favourite at the minute is called Murder by Death.
Ooh.
It's a Neil Simon play. It's a very old film.
Oh, I have to check that out.
It's really funny and yeah, it's really good.
Well, if you want to do that, if you want to also add flowers and leaves, you have got the details on the screen. £13.98 is your price. 379427. Now, it did sell out once. It's back on extended, but 20% of the stock has already gone. It's only dispatched from tomorrow, so make sure you check out your basket not to miss out. Right, and then moving on to the next bundle. Here we have got the buttons bundle here. We have got so many options, but you mentioned, John, before that this is it includes the die that will cut some sort of card candy
It's like
effect.
card candy, yeah. I mean, that was something I had lots of back in the day. I mean, I don't think it's actually manufactured anymore.
I don't think it is.
But if you notice, it was just such a clever thing and something really, really different. A way to, again, embellish a card in a different way. But Jane actually came up with this idea for Prescott of making the die to make the little circles. But here, I just love, this is using the background and then dropping them back in. But I made all of these bits myself.
Yeah,
so all of those are just made from pattern papers.
I love that. And it coordinates so well with the one-day special as well, because you can see it here.
They fit in the gaps, but they also fit in the little loops on the Firth Park tags as well. It wasn't designed that way, I'm not going to pretend, but it was, when it fitted, it was absolutely perfect.
That's what you mean, right? That it kind of does that perfect.
Yeah, it's the right size to fit on there.
Absolutely.
And it gives that a real... Because I've used tartan, to me, it makes that strip look as if it's wonky.
Oh, it does.
Because they're in different directions, so
Yes.
it gives it a different look again.
Indeed. £9.99 is your price. You are saving £10. 205620 is your item number. Saving a massive £10. £9.99 is your price. Now, the buttons will vary, so you may not get exactly this bundle, but you are going to get buttons, the same amount of the buttons. Now, we are half the stock of the extended delivery, which is just tomorrow. So if you want yours, please make sure to check out your baskets. As I mentioned, very, very busy across the board. Now, also very busy for the glue glaze as well as the tweezers. Now, this is one of those items, John, that I remember as soon as you launch it, I have never seen you without one in your demos.
No, and it's funny because, again, I was talking to Jane about this last weekend, and I said about the reverse tweezers, and she said, I wasn't sure what to use them for. I said, no, neither was I at first. And then I realised that when we actually come to making the flowers,
oh, yes,
there is nothing that beats a reverse tweezer. And the reason is, when you're curling something up, if these were normal tweezers, I would grab there and I would have to keep that held, yeah? But I don't.
Oh.
Because it holds it.
That's a good technique.
That is that stamen centre rolled up.
Yeah.
And then when it's done, all I literally do is just pull them off.
You're full of good techniques, aren't you?
No, I just get a lot of... I'm very lucky I get a lot of time to play, but the fab thing is, if you imagine if that was the other way tweezer, I'd have to keep them held all the time.
Yeah, and you have to press.
Twist it. I can't, whereas with this... So again, if you've got reduced dexterity, they're even easier. Yeah. I mean, I would say, to be honest, if it comes to picking up your gems, then it can be difficult with a reverse because they can pop them.
Yeah.
But every tool has the right job. So when I want to pick up flowers, or if I want to glue something, if I want to glue this RT now, I'm not having to hold this with pressure.
Exactly.
So if I want to sort of take that...
You are not having to
I'm not having to hold
with
them,
your fingers,
pressure them. I can even put that down and it's still grabbed. I can put the glue on the back like that.
Yeah.
I can grab the frame and I can then... positioning it right.
Of course.
This just makes things so much easier. It's literally, I mean, I actually have two pairs because I have one in my kit constantly and then one at home, and then I have one just in case that came in with some of the flowers because that's me, I'm really bad, I know. I'm not recommending that to anyone else.
Well, I mean, it's £9.99. You are getting the glue glaze as well, which is fabulous. So if you want to go for this, you could multiply it. Maybe it's the second time. I agree. I have got so many tweezers for my crafting that is, you know. But then it's just practical because, you know, we misplace them things and we want to make sure that our crafting is done with precision. Now, if you want this bundle, well, again, it's dispatched from tomorrow, but it's just £9.99. Now, 20% of this extended delivery has already gone. Make sure to check out your baskets, thecraftstore.com. That will be the website, the fastest and easiest way to get your order checked out. 7580212 is your item number. Now, then we have got the adhesive sheets next. Here, you can see them here. It's you are getting 15 in total, and 70% of the stock also gone. Very busy for these ones.
What I would say on these is, if you pick one up, Paola, pick one up and try and get the backing off.
Okay. Okay, I mean, I don't have very long... I was going to say fingers, but the nails.
Just flick at the edge.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's much easier than I thought.
I once watched a colleague of mine spend 5 minutes on a show trying to dig in to get it off. Yeah. We've had these made so much thicker than normal so that it just peels off really easily. Yeah. But you can actually put your little finger on. That's how strong it is. That's literally... And shake your finger.
Yeah, well, you can see it.
It's literally how strong these are. We have them made for them in the Netherlands by Sandy Art. Yeah. And so they were designed originally to take sand. That's how strong they are. And I just love these. But they're so useful for your backgrounds, for placing your letters down. Yeah. And all of the cards you've seen where we've dropped different colours in, that's what we've used.
I have to say, what I love is that backing with the grid as well, because then I can cut a specific size with much more precision, and I'm not wasting.
You can. I tend not to cut these in my guillotines.
Okay, because it can gunk them up.
Because what you've got is it's very thick and it can gunk them up. It doesn't with the Crafts 2 because it self-sharpens, but not everyone's got that. Yeah. But the grid lines mean that I can literally just take this And if I want a square,
Right.
and these are mathematical, I can just cut the right number of pieces really easily. But even on a cut line, watch. If I flick that, it peels.
The thing is, it's different from any other ones that I have found because it's so much easier, but it's your mind. You know when your brain is trying to do something really difficult, and then so you spec like, oh, where is this? It's just so much easier. Like, look,
Once
look
you
at
get
this.
used to it, you know you just literally flick the corner and do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love these. These are my... I know it sounds a bit thing, but I wouldn't have put my name on these.
Yeah.
If we couldn't have found the best ones that I've ever had.
Well, there you have it. $9.99 is your price. 3/4 of the stock has gone, so make sure that to check out your baskets. Where you can check out those baskets, well, of course, you can give us a call, or the fastest and easiest way is the website, thecraftstore.com. Now, those vacuum cleaners that, well, table vacuums that John and we were kind of raving about, you have got two different colors, the blue and the pink, and look at those 5-star reviews. They do work so well, and I love the bristles at the bottom of it. It kind of gets rid of all the debris in your plates. The Craft Artist Glue and Glaze bundle as well. Fabulous, fabulous. Also, the Press to Impress is one of the stamping platforms that, you know, most of us own now. It is absolutely fabulous with that foam that you can remove if you want to use your red rubber as well as your clear ones. You can go for easy lift magnets as well, and the guillotine and 8.5 inches. I strongly recommend it. I had a go with it, and I use the one that I use now. Beautiful, beautiful tool. And of course, we have got all the different options for the one-day special, that brand new collection as well, the first part collection. But of course, you want the complete collection, so make sure to check out your baskets. Incredibly busy for that one. And you have got the details there, which includes all the 66 dies in total. And remember, the saving is bigger. And remember, especially if you're a Freedom member, which means it's a why now not deal, it's actually £22.49 as a saving. Plus, of course, you are not paying P&P, and you can flexi buy it. Right, saying that, we want to see more demos. Are you ready?
I am. Right, so what I want to do this time is going to show you how to use the first part tags.
Yeah.
But actually to combine them in and why they were designed and why they're in the bundle with the letters.
Right.
So I'm going to use my magnetic board again. And again, I really couldn't strongly recommend having a piece on your desk now. It's so useful.
Would you recommend it to do like you do? Because I'd really like the idea of a foam board underneath it.
Yeah, I mean, you can use MDF or a piece of thick mount board. I like the foam. It just makes it light as well, so it's not too heavy. I store a lot of my dies for shows on this. And then once I've done the show, they then go into my Crafts 2 die storage cases. But whilst I'm using them constantly, they're out on the boards and easy to use. But yeah, keeping one of these on your desk. We'll try and bring the, because I use the Crafts 2 self-adhesive magnetic sheets. So you just peel it off and stick it down. It's so much easier. So again, this time I've got the long tag from the first park in here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put birthday in, so I've taped it down. I'm going to use the same letters, but if you look here, look. Oh, it fits. Exactly. So, if you want to do a long word, like, we'll do birthday again because I've got those out, but you see how easily you can get them straight. And by doing this, because obviously these are a die and they're circular, if we cut them into a piece of card, you will get a little bit of an impression. Whereas when you do it with the tag, you get no impression.
Absolutely.
So you don't actually, people look at it and go, oh, you must have a die that says birthday with those tags on it. Oh, and one that says celebrate, and one that says Paola, and one that says Charlotte, and one that says Webster, and you know, one that says everything, because we do it. So all you do then...
I mean, I was thinking, I mean, I know it sounds random, but my brother-in-law, well, my sister and my brother-in-law got a new tiny boat. They got a boat this weekend for Mallorca because they love the sea. So if you wanted to send, like, I would think it would be really nice. It's very nautical as well, this kind of, you know, like a live, like a card or an album that is like a live, you know, the sign that you say is the name of the boat.
Oh, it says the name of the boat. You could follow it around on the life raft and things
and the
like
life
that.
raft. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, that would look perfect. You could do it in one of your journals.
Oh, yes, I should.
Now, the only reason I thought these would be perfect for your journals,
oh, yes.
and the only reason there aren't any samples with it on is because we weren't sure when I started prepping this when yours were going to come.
Well, yeah, and
because we've had a lot of messing about with time and dates and things, haven't we? So, but I just tape that down. Yeah, really
Absolutely.
simple.
And
Okay.
I love the font, I have
And then
to say.
cut that. And again, even though this is 8 1/4 inches here of card, this is 7 inches die, just slightly over.
Yeah.
So it still fits in your A5 machines,
Okay.
runs through.
And
Let's get that
if
right.
if you I mean, like, kind of, if maybe you have got a shorter plate, but you can always get extender plates as well. So if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, this is a standard size. So
And
it'll
this,
fit.
yeah, and this is smaller than most of the,
It
like,
is.
this is not the
It's not the
extra,
extended plate,
yeah.
this is just a standard A5
Standard, yeah.
plate. But you see there, I've got birthday.
Yeah,
Now, I'm going to sit and flick it, but here's one I did earlier.
yeah. It's live TV.
Yeah, but you can just see there.
Yeah.
But you've got even the linen card, can you see you've got no circles?
That's just gorgeous.
None
I
whatsoever.
love
Again, same none on that, but I don't want to sit
Yeah.
here flicking
do it.
bits all over the
Absolutely
place.
not. We have another question, I believe,
Yes.
from Sarah about the adhesive sheets. Her question is, can you heat proof? So I guess embossing powder. Ooh, yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Obviously, if you overheat, as if you overheat anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to do, I've done a technique with them where I put it onto a piece of card,
Yeah.
cut the die lightly into it. So I stick the sheet to a piece of card, then stick it to another piece of card. So you've
Yeah.
got 600 GSM plus the sheet, cut a die into it, peel elements off and put embossing powders in, and then you heat set it. So yes, it takes heat.
Oh.
It will take a lot. They will take a lot of hammer. They are thicker. I pulled out from my drawer a sheet the other day when I was prepping this show, and I thought, what's going on? This feels like tissue paper. And it was an old sheet from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I felt the difference between this and old ones. So because it's so thick, yes, it easily
is.
takes the heat, no problem.
Well, I need to mention that 80% of the stock has gone. 15 sheets in total you are getting. A4, $9.99 is your item, your price. 194360 is your item number. Make sure to check out your baskets now, because it is a fabulous and a double-sided adhesive sheets. Now, one of the reasons I also love it is the fact that you have got a grade in here. The quality, how it feels, kind of feels the quality. You can see in here with my little finger the strength of that adhesive. Remember that you can use embossing powders as well onto them, and then of course heat emboss them. 194360 is your item number. Right, back to you, John.
Right, I've just dropped a letter off, which I didn't want to do, so I'm just going to put another one on. So what we've got is, when I pull this strip out, of course, I've now got those completely straight and flat. So I can take a piece of random card as well and just tape that down. So even if I don't use the tag, this puts it straight.
Okay.
So if I put that in now and I run that through, what I will actually get is birthday, not cut out, but cut in.
Oh, right.
So, and this is the great thing, is because if I made these with a circle around them, then every time you would only get a circle, but now you can see there, I have birthday.
So badge making also is
Yeah, if I
possible with this
steal-
collection.
I shouldn't do this, but there we go. But there, that's all I did with that card.
So that's not like traditionally, because they are such a fiddly every alphabet. This is easier, chunky enough, but delicate enough. The results,
Yeah.
like the die itself, is. I
The
don't know
die
how to explain
is
it.
strong enough,
Yeah.
but it's delicate enough a font.
Exactly.
I've kept the same sort of
Exactly.
font, rather than going for the standard old stencil
Yeah.
font that we all remember from the sort of rulers where you've got
Yeah.
big blocks. I've gone for a very classic serif font,
Yeah.
and then I've made breaks in it, making it into a stencil.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you're getting that detailed serif lettering, like the A or the B there you can see.
Yeah.
But
can see
what
it,
I've done
yeah.
is just put the little blocks in, and
Perfect.
the blocks are so small I can't even get my tweezers
Yeah.
into that area there. Just one.
I
So you're
have
talking about a millimetre holding it together.
I have a question now. If you wanted to spell like you are doing now the birthday, and you wanted the letters slightly closer together, would you do first alternated letters?
Yes, so you would do, oh, if you want them closer, you would do B-I-T-A.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you would put the I, then you would put the R and everything in between.
In between them, so you do two.
So you can do it at any size you want to.
But that would be great, because then, if, for instance, if you want to use it as a stencil, and then you do two colors, so you could have, you know, every other letter different color.
Yeah.
So you can create your own stencil in which every letter kind of overlays each other. There are so many possibilities.
There's so much you can do. So I'm just going to take here a sheet. I'm going to cut this actually to 1 inch. So this is just a piece of this magenta colour I've been working with. But again, I just drop that behind, and there I've got it on the purple colour, on that magenta colour.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, that's just
But I could put
stunning.
a different colour between each one, or I could put the adhesive sheet behind it and glitter each one, or embossing powder and heat set each one, which will give, if you did that, will give you a raised look. So you could actually put that down, double-sided adhesive sheet on top, stick that on, then put clear embossing powder on, and then heat set it, and it would look like you've glazed and sort of domed each tile.
You could also do it with, you know, parchment or vellum behind it, and then put it into an acetate card.
Yeah,
you know.
So much you could do. So what I'm going to do now, very simply, just going to pull it all together.
Yeah. Oh,
so what I've got now is, here I've got another piece of card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the waist, yeah, from the numbers.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to, for real speed.
Yeah.
So there's the waist from when I cut out birthday, the circles, yeah? I've then got a white one, haven't I, from when I cut out the letters.
Of course you did.
So I could put it over like that, and I could offset it
yeah, that
and
looks
shadow
nice.
it. But what I could also do is turn it 45 degrees.
Oh, and it looks like a cathedral window now.
And a whole new dye. Could you imagine doing like stained glass through that? You could sit, and again, you could use double-sided adhesive at the back and put different colours into each one.
Love
and
that
paper
idea.
piece it. So I've got a frame that I've made using just the same two colours, just using my circular press cut dies. And again, you'll find in there, in the press cut plain circles, there is a 20mm die which will cut it out, the numbers out perfectly for cabochon, and that will matte and layer these if you want to do larger.
It's almost like you are a crafter and you know what you're doing when you're designing dies.
I'm lazy and I want everything to match, so I don't have to think about what I'm doing. But can you see there? That's waste.
Yeah.
So far, that's using just waste.
Just waste.
And all we do is just undercut off those corners. And of course, we started with Paola 42nd, didn't we? So here's our Paola. So let's make that our top, shall we? Again, I'm going to use my glue glaze because it's the quickest and easiest way to glue these on. So let's start here with P. Now, this is where we could test. I've written this enough times recently. It's the only reason I'm doing it. I had to ask Catherine how she spells her name last night, and she actually thought that what I was doing was making sure I got the right spelling. No, I just didn't have a clue.
Oh, yeah, well...
I know there's different spellings of it, but I didn't have a clue how any of them were spelled. So
mine is like Paula, but...
It's not, it's Paola.
It's Paola.
Paola Pasquale.
I called once on air, I called myself Paula.
You're not a Paola, you're a Paola. Or in our house, as you know, you are Pablo.
Oh, Pablo, yeah. I like that. I'm
Sam
like
goes, are you coming, John? Pablo's on.
Oh, Pablo.
So we've got Paola.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then we've got the strip. Oh, where did I put it? I'd got one that I'd already glued, but never mind.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just going to give this a little bit of a light spray. So we'll put the same colour through again.
Right.
And we'll just put that on the end.
And then...
So we've got Paola birthday, and then we've got the... Are you sure it's not 30 seconds?
Oh, thank you. No, it's actually 53, but, you know, I tried.
I'm sure it's not.
Yeah, it's 42.
I know you're younger than me.
It's funny, isn't it? I'm quite proud of getting to, you know, for being 41, actually, you know.
Ooh, I don't know. I was very lucky. I had my 40th when I was out in Spain. And that was amazing because not only was I the youngest person at my party, I was the youngest person in the village.
You know, it doesn't surprise me, you know.
And that was wonderful. That really did make it feel very, very good.
Yeah.
So again, we've got Paola, 42nd. And I know we're covering the background, but I think it's just...
And then,
there we go.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, kind of that undulation.
Birthday. But
curve.
that has all been made, but really simple.
And that could be a badge. It could be like a rosette, a birthday rosette. It could be for hen parties as well. You could do weddings. You could be... This is the thing, a hen party. You could have the bride, you know, the maid of honor, the mother of the bride. You could have, you know...
You could name everybody and put everything. And again, if you look at the way that art angels use them as stencils, you can use them as stencils to texture paste through, to spray through, to draw through. So you could go on to doing your clothing and everything else, do your bags, do anything you want. And of course, it does mean that you can do words that you wouldn't do normally.
And you can create your own stencils. I mean, this is the beauty
I made
of it.
one for Sam. The very first card I made with this is one that I could never share with anyone because it's one of his favourite sayings. And it does have a 4-letter word in it.
Oh.
You know, and as a fun and as a, you know, as a joke.
Yeah.
But if you do want to use that, if you do want to put some 4-letter words on, you can, because the options are there.
Absolutely.
And there's no point pretending that people are not going to sit at home and go, how many rude words can I come up with? Because they will, I would.
Well, I mean, you can choose whichever, you know, rude words or non-rude words. This is the thing, you have got the alphabet. You know, like, I'm not going to try to say it, but you do have got nicknames for maybe your pets. You have got nicknames for people. How are you going to create? You can create a stencil for your art journals as well. I was thinking about aspirational words, and I was thinking, well, if I had to die, would I want to have aspirational words that they only count those words? Well, probably not. Probably I would want to be able to create those stencils myself, and the alphabet, of course, will give you that. Now, if you want the complete new collection from John next, well, 80% of the stock has already gone. There's still 2 more hours. Will there be enough stock? Well, we don't know. And if you don't want to miss out, there's only one way. Check out your baskets. Remember that if you're not a Freedom member, become a Freedom member, because you will save more money by becoming one. And also, then you can flexi-buy it. If you flexi-buy it as a Freedom member, you only paying £29.23, and that's the delivery cost today. Next month, you pay exactly the same amount, and of course, it's interest-free. Now, you will be able to make a stunning cards, personalized cards that have the perfect words in it, and you have got the gorgeous Firth Park die complete collection as well, with those beautiful circles in there. And then, of course, if you want to send a card to Adam, you can, with those beautiful backgrounds in here, or a card to a friend. Right? Make sure to check out your baskets. It's an exceptional collection, John. It's an absolute delight.
I've loved working with this one, and I hope everyone who's got it at home loves it as much as I have.
Well, I'm sure they will. Do stay tuned. There is lots more.